A very good way to add beauty and value to your leathercraft projects is the application of two-tone lacing to a double loop stitch. My name is George Hurst. It will be my pleasure in this program to show you how to do a double loop stitch using two colors of leather lace. To begin the actual stitch, we first come through the leather from front to back, as you see me doing here. Leave an inch or two and go through the second hole. Notice I'm not through the first hole, I'm through the second hole. We will now pull this up. We now take the second color lace and go through that first hole in between, as you can see me doing here. And we will pull this one up. Now we will go through that loop, as you see me doing here. Now I will pull this up snug, not tight, just snug. Now I will go down to the first open hole. Now you go back to the first color lace and go through this cross, as you see here. See, there's a cross, so you go through that cross, pull it up, snug. Now go through the next open hole. Pull this one up snug. Now you take the next lace, the other color, go through this X, see the X, pull it up snug, and go through the next open hole. Now we take the next color, in this case the lighter color, go through the X, pull it up snug, and go down to the next open hole. We will continue doing this all the way around our project. We have reached the corner now, and I took my fid and enlarged these next two holes, and yes, I did polish my fid, so that's also easier to get in and out of the leather. Now I'll take my next lace, which will be the dark one, go through the cross, go through the corner hole. Now I will take the natural lace, I'll go through the cross, and I will go through the same hole. Now I will take the dark lace, go through the cross, and I will now come over to this next hole, as you can see. Now I will take the natural lace, go through the cross, pull it up snug, and go through that next hole the second time. Now I will take the dark lace. I'll go through my cross. I'll go to the next hole. I'll take the natural lace, go through the cross, and go to the next hole. From here on, it's just the same as before. Through a cross, through a hole, through a cross, through a hole, picking up the other color each time. We have reached the point where it's time to do a splice. There are basically two kinds of splices you can do. One is to do what we call a dry splice, where it's done by tucking the ends of the lace underneath the other lace, or we can do a wet splice. I prefer wet splice, which is really a glue splice. So I'm going to take my lace and take about 3/4 of an inch or an inch and just skive the top to a feather edge. This will take a little practice, but a good sharp knife will do the job for you. Now we'll do both pieces. Now this is the pieces that are on the piece we're now working on, and we are skiving the top off of these pieces. Now when we do the other pieces, we will skive the back side. So now we'll take the two new pieces of lace and we'll do the same thing, but to the back side. For splicing, I like to use the Tanner's Bond Leathercraft cement, and I've squeezed out a little bit on the piece of paper here. Now I will carefully take my finger and put some lace or some cement on the one piece. I'll do the same thing to the other piece where I have skived it down. Then we can put the two pieces together as you see me doing here. And now we'll put those aside to dry. Next I will take my light colored lace. Of course I'll go through my X, and then I would come to the next open hole and go through. The thing I'll do is take the brown lace and go through that X, and then I will go over here to the next hole that's open, and I will go up through the layers of leather, as you see here. Now I will cut this off short, and now I take my light colored lace and I go up through the loop, the brown loop. I go back through the cross, then I go down through the brown loop to the outside. You might want to take your awl at this point and tighten up a little bit. Then all you got to do from this point is go up through that last remaining hole and go up through the layers of leather and the leather lace, this up snug and trim it off. And we are finished. After you have finished all your stitching, it's a good idea to tap it down flat with the mallet, and you have a beautiful lace job that anybody would be proud of. I would like to highly recommend a book here. This book on lacing and stitching for leathercraft is an excellent book if you plan to do any of the advanced stitching techniques as we just did today. Well, this is George Hurst again. I sure have enjoyed working with you today to do this double loop stitch with the two-tone lacing. I hope you enjoy it and make some really neat looking projects with it. How do you get good at it? You just do more of it. So I'm looking forward to seeing you again on another video from Tandy Leather Factory.